Hello, BookTube. So I've just finished volunteering at a secondhand bookshop, and of course, that means I have a haul with me. So I'm just going to show you. So the books are relatively academic nonfiction just because that's what interests me. It's 6 books, and then we're now going to go through them. So this first one is Let Them Eat Cake, and this is by Justice Malala. And the reasoning is that he works as a restaurant critic, but he also gives political commentary. So that's exactly my interest. That's exactly my cup of tea. I love food. I'm quite a foodie. I love to cook, but I also really love political commentary. So this is just a selection of his columns, and some of them are as old as 2006. So again, sure, it's 20 years old, but in 2006, I was very young. I'm not really aware of the trajectory of South African politics after 1994. It's just good to get more of a background on the Mbeki administration, the Zuma administration, and essentially why we are where we are now. So that's my motive for reading this. It looks really interesting, and there we go. So this next one is Media Studies, Media History, Media and Society. And obviously this was a textbook for, I don't know what degree it was, like communications or media studies or something. And when I was working at my university library, I would obviously see this. I think there's 4 of them. So this is volume 1, then there's 2, 3, 4. And look, it's just something that I'm very interested in. And this one specifically talks about the South African and the African context. So yes, I am reading a textbook for fun, but that is the nature of my interest and of my reading. Not much explanation needed there. Then this is The Story of Art. And it takes you through, I really like this one because it's got prints, but it doesn't just take you through like Vincent van Gogh, Frida Kahlo, like the very, very obvious. It takes you through things like sculpture as well, which is a form of art. It takes you to the East and China and the church and how that influenced art. It's not just like Renaissance and all of the things that you've seen before. So again, I love these kind of art books because obviously they are informative, but I also love using the prints. So say there's a full color spread of something and I want to actually just stick it up on my wall in my home, then I can tear them out of these books. I know that might be a little bit contentious, but I enjoy that. And I also enjoy things like collage, and so I use these as like sources of images. I just love appreciating artists but keeping their work alive, I suppose, and in circulation. So there we go, and that is the 3rd book within the haul there. This next one is Asifunde isiZulu. So it's a book. It's like basically a language workbook. So I speak English in order of proficiency: English, French, Afrikaans, isiZulu, and I know a little bit of Hindi, but essentially nothing. So I want to improve my isiZulu because it obviously garners you a lot of respect within South Africa when you do that, and it's you showing respect. So within school, I just didn't really have the opportunity to learn isiZulu. We had sufficient English teachers, obviously, and we had sufficient Afrikaans teachers, but we had like one isiZulu teacher to 300 kids. So it was like, if she was on sick leave, it was over. So I just never really got that chance to get the foundation. And throughout my postgraduate studies, so in my bachelor's degrees, it was not necessary to learn isiZulu. So within my life now, I'm really trying to brush up my Zulu. I know things like greetings and grocery lists and things, but I just don't think that's sufficient. So this looked like a very useful guide because it gave you cultural context as well. And I think I don't want to be a fluent fool where I have so much of vocabulary, but I don't necessarily understand context as well. So this is fantastic. I'm definitely going to work with this. Okay, so this as well, this next book, English 2B, Post-Colonialism. So again, when I worked at my university library, I would find these study guides. And they've got very contemporary things like Gayatri Spivak and everything, subaltern, can the subaltern speak? And look, I know that is a meme, but I'm just engaging with post-colonialism. I think it's very interesting within my reading. That's something that really calls to me. So I'm kind of viewing this study guide as a little bit of a roadmap for me to point me towards either fiction or non-fiction or things that will be of interest to me. So yes, I know I'm reading study guides and textbooks for fun, but that's just me, hey. I'm strange like that. Okay, so our haul is progressing. oh no, I think things are going to collapse. Let me just make it stable and then continue. Okay, we are now on to our last book, which is sociology. And yes, I know it's another textbook that I'm reading for fun, but Sociology, a concise South African introduction. So, of course, sociology is very context dependent. It's different in every country that you go to. And so I'm very interested in the African perspective, in the South African perspective. And so, it's obviously these editors and these authors will take me to, they might take me to fiction or take me to academic articles that I might find interesting. So I personally am a lawyer. I specifically work in refugee law at the moment, so human rights law, and I work for the United Nations. And so I think, it's all very well and good to know the laws, but you need to know sociology, anthropology, international relations, all of these different things that come into the legal framework, because ultimately the courts are made of humans. And humans are flawed. So again, this is the reason for my reading. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the haul. It's a relatively short one, but yes, I hope you enjoyed.